Do I need a landing page or a website? Do I need a sales funnel or a website? Do I need a landing page or a website? Do I need a sales funnel or a website? The answer is it depends on the nature of the consumer intent at that time. And so here's what I mean. If you have a service that is not an impulse item, let's say you're selling real estate. Now that's my own specialty. So most of the people that are already doing business with us, you're in a longer time frame offline sale. So you're selling financial services, real estate, insurance, mortgages, something like that, where somebody's not going to just instantly go all the way through your sales buying cycle. It's not going to happen, right? You can't talk somebody into buying a house. There are way too many steps. And even if you do talk them into taking one of the steps by impulse and sort of pressure them into it, they're going to bail along the way. They're not going to actually fulfill all the steps required in order to fulfill that. It has to be their decision and their choice. And for that, they have to have a fair amount of trust. So for that, we actually recommend something like the star gravity model. I have a book coming up. The short summary of it is to think of your brand as a star. And what we need to do is escalate the orbit so they get closer and closer until eventually doing business with you becomes inescapable. And then at the end, if you do a great job, they become part of your star gravity, contributing to other people doing business with you and contributing to the how your brand shines, right? Because you become a story for them, and right, that's your goal, is for your clients to do that. Now that's if you have a longer buying cycle. Now if you're selling something like acai berry for weight loss and it's just this sort of quick hit impulse item, then a sales funnel or a landing page probably is the best. Now if you have something that is a longer sell and the ask that you're making is easier. It's not for somebody, in real estate, it's not for somebody to sign a listing right then and there. It's for them to get a free report about, let's say, a divorce in real estate, or get our top 10 off-market real estate investor properties that we've identified. Something like that, right? These are just examples. The ask that you're making is not sign over your listing and just instantly do business with us. Those people aren't there yet, right? If this is a cold audience. Now, if this is a warm audience and they're already on your newsletter, they've already been incubated and warmed up, and you've already run an incubation sequence on them, then by all means, you want a sales page or a landing page for that specific thing about get your free CMA, right, and find out what your home is truly worth. That would be an example of a reasonable ask that's going to lead somebody to actually signing the listing. So in the case of financial services, in the case of business funding, right, any of these kind of longer term, and I say business funding where the time isn't as critical. Like if you're doing merchant cash advance and it's somebody that needs money in 24 hours, then those people will go through a landing page because time is so critical, right? They need something desperately, and they just want to get an approval and they want to get a solution. So it gives you a little bit of the mindset as to which one do you need. So a conventional website is better at building trust and making you feel authentic and then making you feel like you're a legitimate business. And so by thinking of your brand as a star and thinking of the gravity model and then using landing pages to move somebody from one gravity level or one orbit level to a closer level, then that's probably a better model for you. So I don't want to overcomplicate it. If you have a one-off product, if you have something that's basically an impulse sale, and then you're going to just go straight for the sale. And let's say, so typically you see this with value escalation. So people have some sort of, in the product world, they have a value ladder, right? So you see a tripwire offer that's $7 to $17, then it's leading to an upsell, which is $97 to $197. Then that leads to OTO2, which is one-time offer number 2, which is let's say $297 to $997. Something like that, and then you have the $2,000 boot camp, and then you have the $10,000 personal coaching. That's typically like a value ladder for somebody who sells information, or even a product, or let's say a software service that's in that nature, right? So if you're selling services, you could kind of use that same sort of thinking, and what you want is people to invest their data instead of their money. So in the case of real estate, what we do is we'll take somebody, and first we just asking for their name and name and email, not even their phone, right? At the beginning, these people don't know, like, and trust you. You want to kind of give them tremendous value, and the way that you create gravity is you over deliver. You have to create the vacuum by generating so much value that they lean in. That's what creates the gravity and then causes them to continue to want to invest so that they have a positive return on engagement. They made some little tiny investment. They gave up their real email and their real name, let's say, and then they got a report that was truly of value, that demonstrated your expertise. Then at that point, and even better would be a video, because a video is just easier to consume, it's easy to deliver, and people would much rather sit through a 5-minute video just like you're doing right now instead of actually reading and focusing and paying attention for 5 minutes. Now, there are exceptions. If you're doing marketing to, let's say, CPAs and financial planners, then you're going to need some sort of white paper, right? You're going to need something that is very high trust and is researched and cites your sources and stuff like that, right? That's a different sort of animal. If you're marketing to consumers, then you get the idea. So, do you need a landing page or a website? It depends on your business and depends on the degree of intent at that time. So hopefully this answers your question. If you found this of use, then subscribe, I guess, if you're on YouTube, and whatever. You get the idea. Anyway, I'll see you on the next one. Thanks.